So in this video, we have to talk about what's happening to the crypto markets and what happened over the weekend, because we have a massive crash. Everything went down basically by 20-30% when it comes to majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum and Solana, and then some of the odds were completely decimated, and we're going to have a look what happened and then what's the outlook currently. So I'm going to show you first of all, of course, what's happening here with all the values, and then we're going to also talk about the portfolio of meme coins that I'm running through my streams and how that's holding, because that's actually holding pretty well right now. So we're going to go back to the idea of meme coin cycle as well. But first of all, I want to give you this mega thread. Basically, I'm not a macro expert, but there are many macro experts on the platform, and I decided to, have one Twitter thread where I can get everything. And basically what happened is that there are a couple of very important things happening at the same time. So first of all, there was fear of recession because in the US, the amount of people that lost that were unemployed went up. So that's of course happening, and that means that, for example, consumerism is going down. But then another thing happened in Japan, where the carry trade basically stopped to make sense. So the carry trade was a thing that you were able to borrow money from the Bank of Japan for basically zero additional fees. There was no rates that you would have to pay, and many people actually were looking at borrowing from Japan and then putting that into American economy, for example. And that stopped. There was a lot of unwinding. Nikkei, so the Japanese stock, went down by 20% on Monday morning. Many other stock exchanges, especially in the US and Europe, basically went down by a couple of percent. So that was really a Black Monday event. So that was one thing that was really big. We also had many large sellers recently, so things like Mt. Gox, German government. Now you have ETFs, which might be bullish, might be bearish as well, because you have a lot of unwinding there, and the entire thing about the Ethereum trade. Now, interesting stuff was that Jump Capital, Jump Crypto, was started selling already on Friday. So that's a huge hedge fund that was active in crypto, and they started doing everything on Friday. This is a tweet which summarizes well that they basically unstaked like $500 million over the past 2 weeks, so $500 million, and they did that. So a lot of money was liquidated from the market, 370 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past hour. So that was like on Monday, but altogether I think we are talking about the billions being liquidated in various shorts. On the other hand, the first news that came out was that Warren Buffett sold a large stake in Apple. So people were thinking about the recession coming over, and basically there was the fear index was getting crazy. So $2 trillion, so that's more than the current, or at least a very same like the current market cap of the entire crypto, got wiped out of stocks on Monday. So that's why emergency Fed meeting probably expected, and the things like World War III trending, the fear index was basically at 24, 26. And that went from the greed index of 74. So people got from super greedy to super scared, trying to sell, liquidate everything, and basically that was the thing. There's of course, right now it's much more peaceful. I think most of the coins stabilized at around, so Bitcoin at around 56, 57,000, Ethereum at around 2,500. Solana is probably the outlier here, because Solana went down to, I think, 113. That was the lowest, or something around that, 110, and then it rebounded to 150, which seems to be already a very good price. It was at 190, however, as you can see from the past couple of days. Right, you had it at 183 in the past 7 days, but before that 190, which was a very good price. Went down super low to 112, and then basically rebounded the biggest drop it had. This is not the case still for Ethereum, which might be bullish for Ethereum actually at this stage, because we have ETFs trading. That's another thing. Of course, nothing here is financial advice. I'm trading for my own. If you want to trade you can of course do it yourself, but of course do your own research. Nothing here is financial advice. I'm however more looking bullish on Ethereum here than Solana, because Solana is holding well. We're definitely in a Solana super cycle, but we're going to see how high it will go in this market conditions. So that's another thing. Also, very interesting thing from Kobe, or maybe let's talk about High Stakes Capital. So High Stakes Capital is one of the top traders on ByBit currently. By the PNL, basically won like hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's documented. And he's basically talking about the advantages and disadvantages of the current position. So the things is that he thinks that there's a lot of alts that are trading at summer 2022 level when BTC was at 24. Currently BTC is at 56. So that might be a good thing to look at some really good alts or memes. And on the other hand, many traders were liquidated for billions. So that's another thing. There's a lot of leverage taken out of crypto, which is a good thing in general. We had this reset. On the other hand, you have still carry trade and the risking of that. We don't know how many hedge funds were blown out of the water, what will happen. We don't know, of course, anything about the potential attack or potential war if that happens, and what will happen. So this is not yet clarified. This might be hard to know for certain, but that's definitely something that's happening right now. So worth taking a look. Another thing is that Kobe is thinking that the cycle hasn't even started. So we're not in a bear market, we're not in a bull market, we're just in a market, and we haven't had a proper mania period, which means that it's not even like 2021. 2021 might be in 2025 or after some kind of other conditions will happen. So that's really, really interesting take. Now, going back to the prices. So as I've mentioned, Bitcoin retrieved already a little bit. As you can see, I'm basically following the last 7 days. The most things were happening on August 3rd. There was this first drop, people panicked, and then the largest drop happened over from Sunday to Monday. So the lowest was $49,000 for Bitcoin. So it went below 50K, and now it rebounded. It's close to rebounding the level it got at August 4. So that's 59. I think that was pure panic here. Same thing's happening right now with Ethereum. So you have last 7 days. Basically, Ethereum went down from 3,300 to 90, and then the last drop was to 220. So basically, you had 2,200 Ethereum, and basically it retrieved a little bit to 2,500. We're still in the fear zone, so it means that it's still possible that some of that will fall because we don't know every pieces of the puzzle. There's always risk, but you have to think in terms of risk to reward, where we can go, what's possible. That's why I'm right now a little bit less bullish on Solana when it comes to, at least when it comes to the price action, because I'm super bullish on Solana and the ecosystem, and when it comes to meme coins, which I'm going to mention in a moment. But Solana had already super cool price action. It went down as well, right? It went down to like 113. It actually fallen more in a percentage terms than, for example, Ethereum and Bitcoin, but it rebounded quicker, and it basically rebounded this biggest move that happened from Sunday to Monday, from August 4th to August 5th. So it's already pretty bullish. So I would expect that if something were to happen again to the markets, Solana would fall the fastest, and probably that would be the good moment to enter if you're not already in Solana. If you're in Solana, you're probably chilling and just you don't have to do anything. Generally speaking, I think you don't have to do anything if you have long-term vision, because a lot of those events are based on fear, uncertainty, what will happen. There's US elections coming along the way. Fed meeting happening in September, so I would expect there will be more volatility happening up until September and maybe after, depending on the different decisions. But what's interesting to us, I guess, is that if you have any stables, then maybe risk to reward right now is much better than it was just a week ago. Another thing, having a meme coin portfolio. So This is what I'm basically doing on my streams. If you haven't watched them, have a look. Basically talking about the different meme coins. Of course, a lot of them were decimated, but a lot of them are starting to come back. So basically, this portfolio went from 20K at the top to 6K just I think 2 days ago, and now it doubled to 13K. So I think it's pretty much a good portfolio of memes that are doing pretty well. Of course, not all of them, but we have really good memes, good bangers here, like Sigma, Aura, Super S, Mumu. You know, like there's a Giga, Cook, many different meme coins that are performing pretty well, or are probably will perform pretty well in a near future. Still a huge fan of Lock-in here as well. So I'm going to talk more about the meme coins in the next stream, but for now I think this is it when it comes to different tokens. As you can see, a lot of things is happening in the market. Be careful out there. Do not take leverage, especially large leverage, because you can get liquidated quickly, and you don't want to do that, because if you get liquidated, you can't play anymore. So be careful. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.